Right, now likely the reason you guys have just found this video is you've recently died to a heavy bleed. Heavy bleeds drain HP much faster than regular bleeds and will require special equipment to make sure you can actually seal them back up. Now, this can be done in a variety of ways, which we're going to go over in this video. However, if you guys are in raid right now with a heavy bleed, if you don't have a Grizzly Kit, Tourniquet, Kit, or a Hemostatic Syringe, you are going to need to run out of that raid as soon as you can. So for all of you guys who are educating yourselves ahead of time, I want to run through heavy bleeds and all of the different ways that you can actually cure them. Now, when you get a heavy bleed, you're going to be losing HP at a very fast rate, as well as leaving a large blood trail behind. So you need some way of quickly dealing with the heavy bleeds and getting on with the raid. Now, first up, we have the Tourniquet, which is most likely what you guys are going to find around. They kind of seem to spawn about the same rate as the army bandages and the regular bandages do around in med containers and whatnot. So it's a one-time use only, it takes about 5 seconds, and that will cure a heavy bleed. Okay, so up next is the Kellogg Hemostatic Injector. This is definitely the item to use in terms of curing heavy bleeds. It only has a 3-second use time, it has 3 uses in total, and it is only $2,000, well 2,000 rubles, sorry, from Therapist. But now it's time we get on to the interesting part of this video and what is actually going to change the meta a lot more in Tarkov. And that is the fact that both Grizzly Kits and Kits now will heal heavy bleeds, but the IFAK will not. So the IFAK is fine for removing light bleeding, which is what we commonly get in the game, but however the Kit will also cure heavy bleeds for 90 HP, as will the Grizzly Kit. Now, I've never really rocked Grizzly Kits for a very long time, and that's mainly due to the fact that after the med animations were used, they were pretty pointless. Prior to that, you could actually use it mid-fight, and providing you got hit in the thorax first, it will be constantly healing up your thorax as you are fighting. Since then though, it's kind of dropped out of meta. Being a 2-slot item is a bit bulky for most rigs, but however, I'm really considering beginning to run this again. The massive amount of HP it has, plus the ability to cure heavy bleeds, is really making it look more and more attractive. However, I think likely the meta one to run is definitely going to be the Kits from now on, just because being unable to cure that heavy bleed with the IFAK is going to be a massive debuff to it. Now, with both the Grizzly Kit and with the Kit, just use it normally and it will automatically target the heavy bleed. However, with the Kit, it does take a quarter of the HP out of the med kits. So be very careful that you don't use your on a heavy bleed if you have a Hemostatic Syringe or a Tourniquet as well. It's better to use those and keep the HP for healing up the rest of your limbs rather than waste a quarter of your med kit. Now, in the general realm of meds as well, another thing to note with 12.8 is there has been a massive debuff to the car med kit. It no longer actually will cure bleeds. Even though it says so in its item description, it is no longer going to cure them in raids. So make sure, if you guys are going to be rocking a car med kit, that you also bring in some bandages as well. Because as you can see, stops light bleeding, and this has had stops light bleeding completely removed. Alrighty guys, and that is it for today's video. If this has been helpful to you guys, I hope this is meaning you're going to die to less heavy bleeds in raid. And if so, a like and a sub would be much appreciated, guys. We're getting very close to hitting 1K, and that's when we get to monetize the channel, and then YouTube starts to push this more, because they actually make money off me, so why wouldn't they? But anyway guys, I will see you around on the next one. Peace out, enjoy the rest of your day.